Welcome to autumn! Dan and his waterproofs. Me and my waterproofs. This is the look I will be sporting for probably the next 6 months. We are about to put the winter fencing up for the horses so they can go in their winter field. So we'll take you along for kind of how we switch up the routine for the horses as it goes into autumn, how kind of little things change in their management, and take you through that yearly occurrence of putting up the winter fencing. You ready, Dan?
Yeah, indeed.
This was my mess. I will clean this up. That was me taking the summer fencing down yesterday. So just going to pick up the essentials. Posts. Oh, how have we got drips on the when we're inside, when we're indoors? There we go. So fence posts, tape, handles from in here, one Dan with a post knocker inner,
Kindly donated by Stuart, legend.
and some wooden posts to strain the corners. Those are your winter fencing essentials. Dan is not for hire, you'll have to get your own. Post pacing time. Okay. 1, 2, 3,
6,
4,
12,
5,
18,
6,
9, 12, 86.
It's so annoying. Oh, 2.
We put 2 there.
Oh. Okay. What just happened? Why does it always happen? It's like the unwritten rule. It's the same reel as last year. Maybe we had a bigger gate, I don't know. Bloody electric gate. This is where teamwork makes the dream work. 1 reeling, 1 slotting. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Tape slotting. Oh, this one's the one with the weird lock. How do I unlock it? I was just holding the tape. I've got masters, you know, guys. You'd never know it. Handles! And both sides didn't reach. In true electric fence fashion. Right, let's put the gates on. Voila. Okay, let's go for...
You want to do a bit of magic with the gates?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. You ready? Ta-da! So Grace's and Fluffy's field is finished. We're just going to get some more posts that is protecting the wooden gates from the summer field, because I wanted to leave that to last because I don't want them to eat the gate. And then we'll finish off our horses and we're done. Ponies are up. Going to put their lightweight waterproof rugs on. All clean. Oh, Qantas is so smart. someone's a bit fatter than he was last year. Oh my god, jeez, Qantas. Jeez. I don't want to fat shame you, but that is as long as it will go. Snug as a bug. One down. Smells so good. Oh, don't you look smart? Okay, Ruth. Ready for a roll? Yeah? Come on then. Top rugging tip. I always clip the clips on that way towards the horse rather than away from the horse, because then if they lean on anything, hopefully it won't accidentally clip onto like a fence or something. That is the hope. Are you trying to nibble me?
He hates having the rug on.
He does. He like bites the front of it. However, you don't have a field shelter, so a rug in these conditions is kind of essential. Might do that one a bit practical. I also don't like to get more than that between the straps and their tummy, so that if they're like kicking or they roll, they don't get their legs in it. Right, let the best till last. Your turn. One just did a very smelly fart. The only thing I wish was different, Rue is eating Dan right now, is these clips, the front clips. They're not very big, they're not very easy. If they change the front clips, I think these would be the best rugs going, because these are a couple of years old and they are still perfect. What are you doing, Rue? I'm doing nothing. Look at them all. My soggy ponies lined up. He's like, get it off me. Should we put them in the field? They're going to be so excited. Right. Try and unclip them all together so that we don't get any. also gonna now show you how their feed changes when they come onto different grazing, and kind of how Tizzy's kind of autumn winter management will change, and also Qantas is going on a bit of a holiday, so we'll go back down to the feed room, well, the barn where the feed is, and show you how the feed's changed. Behave, you lot. It is an entirely different day from when we did the fencing because we got soaked and I wanted to go home. So now I'm going to show you how my feeding kind of changes a little bit during winter, and also we've got all the bedding ready for winter, all my summer rugs ready to go and be cleaned. I've prepared the feeds already because you don't need to see me make feeds. So I thought I would show you the 4 different kinds of feeds for different work. So in this blue bucket, this is roos at the moment. This is what I would feed them pre-training. So that is the British Horse Feeds Fibre Beat Soaked and the Bailey's Ease and Excel. And then post-training, let's go for this one. Roo gets the Fibre Beat, and the little pellets are the Bailey's Performance Balancer, and the big pellets are the Bailey's Ease and Excel cubes. So he'll constantly have a mix of all of that in. If he's in training but that day he hasn't been trained, he will just get the cubes. So I only ever give the Ease and Excel mix as a pre-training snack for their stomach acid. Then Tizzy is on like the maintenance feed, so she's on the Fibre Beat soaked, and then she's got the Performance Balancer and the Ease and Excel cubes. She can't have the mix obviously because of her teeth, so that's like her maintenance amount of food, and then I'll add extra cubes for afterwards. And then Qantas is on the out of work, but I want to keep his nutrition up, like vitamins and minerals, so he is on the Fibre Beat and the Bailey's Performance Balancer. So the Performance Balancer has everything they need in to be nutritionally okay. And then the other thing that I kind of bring in winter, but I don't feed other than a drink at rides, is I don't switch. Fibre Beat stays the same. So this is the Fibre Beat before it gets soaked. Fibre Beat stays the same, and the only reason I do that up and down is depending on grass quality. And then during the winter I add in Speedy Beat, and this is just pure beet rather than Fibre Beat has alfalfa and stuff put into it as well, and that's because it's a really good form of fibre to add in, and I do that based on how much haylage they're having. So as the grass goes, so Fibre Beat grass quality, Speedy Beat actual grass quantity. So as the grass goes and they have to eat more haylage, I add more Speedy Beat in. And then we have a couple of supplements, so let me grab them. Okay, so a new thing I'm going to add, because I always give Tizzy 3 months off a year, but as she's got older, she actually needs to be kind of kept ticking over more because she finds it harder to build muscle and loses it quicker. But she always, in that time off, I took her shoes off, and my youngsters get that too. So they get usually at least a month, sometimes 2 or 3 off without the shoes, go and be a horse and enjoy life mooching around a field. And I usually take them to my parents' house in Wales for a bit of a holiday as well, because it's good for them to be on the hills, gives them good proprioception and balance, and gets them using their bum. But because Tizzy is going barefoot now, and as well the fields here, they're clay, so they really rip off shoes, so I don't really want her feet to be damaged. But I'm thinking of keeping her ticking over training, just really kind of low level so that she doesn't lose too much fitness, and trying to keep her barefoot. So I have got the Kevin Bacon hoof formula to give her hopefully the best shot at keeping her feet nice and perfect over winter. So it's just a supplement, comes in a tub, cup. So this is the first time I'm using it, so it'll be interesting to see whether I can keep Tizzy barefoot and keep her in training and her feet stay in really good condition, she stays nice and sound and comfortable. Okay, and last of all, supplements. So I use science supplements. I did loads of comparison charts on like an Excel sheet of what was the best like quality ingredients and research behind it for the money and things, and science supplements will always come out on top. So I have 3 from them and 1 from Bailey's. I've got the Bailey's Aquarade, which you've seen before. Then when they're in work, I will feed them the gastrokinder, so hard work, so that's in season, and that's just to keep stomach acid down and hopefully reduce the risk of ulcers. Then all year I've got the Well Horse Performance, and that's just a general balancer. And then when they're in work, the Flexibility Professional, just to keep their joints in tip-top condition. I don't think you need to feed supplements, and in the past I haven't fed supplements, but actually I think if you can afford them, that little 1% extra could mean the difference between me having a horse that makes it to FEI or not. It makes me feel better. So yeah, that is the new onto the winter field feeding regime. So yet another day, and we've gone through the changes in feed for overwinter. But I guess the biggest change is going to be that Qantas is going to my parents. So you won't be seeing much of him apart from when I go home to check up on him and over Christmas after this vlog. As you know, if you've been watching all the vlogs, he was injured over summer. A really odd injury. The vets were very perplexed. He's torn a bicep tendon, and because of that his shoulder is really unstable. He's kind of struggling anyway, but he's fine on the flat and he's doing much better. He's almost sound. You can hear Rue in the background going, "Have you got my food?" Almost sound, but that shoulder is still very, very unstable. On the flat it's not too bad. Down a slope it's actually quite bad. It looks like his shoulder is about to come out through his chest. So the field behind me, the field I use for the winter here, 1 is super steep, and 2, because the ground is clay, it gets super slippy, and when it is muddy and you're pulling up, it really pulls on your tendons and your joints. So it's not a great environment for him. Hey boy, you ready for dinner? 2 seconds, okay? So my parents, most of their fields are on a slope still. My hair's in my face. It's not working. Don't have enough hands. Yeah, most of their fields are on a slope still, but the ground is much harder, it's sand. So he's going to go on their back field, which is the flattest field they've got, and it's got hard standing. There's a little bit that you can use as a field shelter, and there's 2 horses that are still at home to keep him company. And even if he can't stay on that field for long because it's quite wet, it can get quite boggy. It's never like pulley boggy. I know, we're coming. Patience, huh? He loves food, that pony. I love him. Joe, it might still get quite wet, and I don't want him to be standing in wet even though it's not deep. So he might still have to go on to a field that's slightly slopy. If he was a horse that was happy in the stable, then maybe we could stable him, but he just isn't. He like hits his head on things, he's sliced his jaw open in the past. He just doesn't settle. He's just not chilled in the stable here. He is pretty chilled in the stable when he goes to Reedwood livery, so I think maybe it's just that he prefers like a barn environment where he can see what's going on, whereas here it's a solo stable. My parents also have a little yard that he can potentially go on, like a hard standing yard that can see all the other fields, so that would be a really good option as well. So we're going to get him, we're going to take him to Wales tonight, and we're just going to say a little goodbye to Qantas. Hopefully we'll bring him back in spring, but it just depends on what the vet's saying, if and how he recovers. So let's go feed Tizzy and Rue, because Rue is waiting very patiently, aren't you, Rue? Look at you, the excitement, licking his lips. Oh, it's food time, and we'll go and get Qantas ready to go home. Hi boy, hello. So Qantas has been up on the top of this field because it's the flattest bit of the field we've got. He's not been allowed down there. Hey, your food is in the lorry. I know, everyone's got dinner, huh? You're so floofy now. You wanna say bye to Wizzle? You're not bothered about saying bye to Q? He's very excited about going. Look at him. Say bye to Wizzle. No? Want to say bye to Qantas today? Oh, Qantas. Roo will come and say bye to you. Qantas has said bye to everyone. Let's go to Wales. Okay? We're going to Wales. Ta-da! 4.5 hours later, we made it to Wales. Obviously, we made it to Wales last night, but it was, I don't know, it was dark anyway, so it was too late to film. And I haven't sorted out the backfield to make it Qantas proof yet. So just overnight and this morning, Qantas has gone in with Bumper and Zarina on the side field, which is a bit slopy, but for one night is fine. There they are. Hey boy! Hey Qantas! You had a good night? Yeah? Come on then! Come say hi! Always. That's how much Qantas is going to miss me. Doesn't even want to come say hello. Are you going to say bye, Qantas?